And part of the information request that I submitted was to better understand whether all of those companies are opting in with ERCOT or just some of them, or if they are, how much of their total electricity load does the grid operator have the power to turn off and on. That's something that the information's out there, but so far the Utility Commission is arguing that it should be remaining confidential.
And a lot of these things, you know, you don't think about how this affects your life on the daily basis. I don't think about ERCOT or the grid. I know I want my AC to work, but how has having these kind of mining operations affected different Texas towns, be it from energy or even water usage and on all sorts of other levels that these things can be affecting?
Yeah, I think that there is rightfully a lot of concern out there right now, not just with Bitcoin, but with data centers in general, as they are being built near neighborhoods. There's a community in Hood County, Texas, where there's been a lot of issues with noise pollution and residents believing that the really loud fans to cool these computers are actually affecting their health. There's definitely concerns about how much water they use, and the idea that these data centers are so energy intensive that, you know, supply and demand. I talked to energy economists who believe that the proliferation of these data centers is driving up electricity rates for everyone on the system. So that is one of the biggest ways that this can affect, you know, how much you're paying. Now, on the other hand, I do want to be really fair with the Bitcoin mining companies. I've talked to some folks involved in that, and they say that they actually support the grid by basically providing an incentive for new power generation to come online, because they're like, hey, we're going to be a customer of yours, but then they will turn off their computers when that power is needed elsewhere. I don't know what the truth is because we don't have access to that data. So that's part of why I think there's a big public interest in just finding out basic facts like how many of these data centers are out there, what is their impact on the grid.
Keaton Peters is an energy reporter for Straight Arrow News. He spoke with Houston Matters, Mincho Jacob.
Well, good morning, folks. I'm out running some errands, get some valves, some off and on valves for my aquaponic systems that I'm number 3 that I'm putting up now. And that was talk radio about cyber data centers that make cyber coins and all the electricity they use here in Texas. And they're saying that these data centers that make cybercoin use a huge ton of electricity. And what they're doing is they're not ERCOT, which is Texas Electrical Grid Management, ERCOT, is not putting how much power these data centers are using to the public. And what they are saying is that the organizations that manage our power, as far as let us know what's going on, they're saying that it's probably increasing the cost of power for everybody else to run these cybercoin data centers that make cybercoin. That is crazy. That is crazy how they're just passing that on to the customers. This is why it's important for me to have my own off-grid DIY solar, lithium battery solar stations that are all off-grid. Because there is a huge demand on power now because of these cyber data centers that make cybercoin. So that what that was all about. You guys have a nice morning. I'm heading home now. And that's Talk Radio for today.